Good evening, and I welcome you, students. The topic of the day is very important, student. You have been discussed last time. We have discussed the shapes of the different molecules using valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. What we are talking is chemical bonding, students. And today we are going to talk about polar polar covalent bonds. The important point to note is, student, what is a polar covalent bond? What is a polar covalent bond? Can you tell me, students, what do you mean by polar covalent bond? We have told you, student, what is a covalent bond? Did we tell you? Covalent bond is formed by the sharing of the electrons. If
Yes, sir.
if the two atoms are same, student, for example, if these two atoms are same, student, then the electronegativity of hydrogen is equal. That there is a electron pair, student, which is equally shared by the two. This there is a electron pair, student. This is equally shared by the two atoms because the two atoms are same. But when the two atoms are different, what will happen? For example, if I have hydrogen and I have Cl, student. Now in this, tell me which is more electronegative, student, hydrogen or chlorine? Which is more electronegative, students? Cl or H? You know the electronegativity of chlorine, students. Hydrogen is
CL
less
is greater.
electronegative, chlorine is more electronegative. You already know about that. So the result will be that this electron pair is attracted more towards the Cl. And this will result in what will happen, student? This will get a partial negative charge. This will get a partial positive charge. So student, this bond is no longer covalent, student. This has got some ionic character. This has got ionic character, student. And the result is there is a separation of the charges. Can you see the separation of charges? Tell me yes or no. This is
Yes,
an
sir.
example of heteronuclear, ठीक है, molecule. Heteronuclear molecule. That means, students, the two atoms are different. The electronegativity of Cl is more. This Cl attracts the covalent bond electrons more strongly towards itself than the hydrogen. And as you will see, this we have shown by a partial negative charge on chlorine and partial positive charge is there on the hydrogen. And I will say that this bond is polar. This bond is
Polar.
polar, student, and this is a polar molecule, and there is a separation of charges. And we show, how do we show? Similarly, if I take HF, student, this will be negative, this will be positive. So what will be the result of this? If I represent something like this, student, I'm saying that this bond is polar, and we represent that by an arrow which shows that the negative charge is more towards fluorine than hydrogen. You already know fluorine electronegativity is 4.0, hydrogen is around 2.1, student. There's a huge amount of difference, more than 1.7. And therefore, we have already given you, student, the Pauling electronegativity scale in the previous lectures. And such bond become polar. And we say that these molecules have got a dipole moment. We define a quantity, student, physical quantity, which is called dipole moment, student. Dipole moment is defined as product of the magnitude of charge and distance between the centers of positive and negative charge. What is dipole moment? Note down, student. Question can be asked. It is the magnitude. Okay? It is the product of magnitude, product of the magnitude of the charge on either atom, because there is a equal and opposite charges on either atom. Okay? Either atom, okay, and the distance between the centers of positive and negative, difference between the positive and negative charges. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So we write it like this. This is mu, which is the dipole moment, is equal to charge q into d distance or r, distance of separation, students, ठीक है, distance of separation between the two positive and negative ions. Is it clear? And this is usually expressed in a unit which we call as debye. This is expressed in a unit of debye, small letter d, and 1d is equal to 3.33 564 into 10 minus 30 coulomb meter. Coulomb is the SI unit of charge. Meter is the SI unit of distance. ठीक है? Is it okay? Is it okay,
Yes, sir.
students? And the arrow is represented where the more electronegative element is there, student. Important point to note is that dipole moment is a vector quantity, student. Vector quantity. That means it has magnitude and direction, student. It has magnitude and direction. ठीक है? It has magnitude plus direction. Therefore, what will happen? It can add as well as it can subtract, students. If they are in the same direction, they can add. The dipoles can add like a vector sum. ठीक है? The dipoles can, student, add as a vector sum. You have studied the vector, student, and also the dipole can subtract like a vector sum, and also dipoles can cancel. How? Equal and opposite dipoles. Equal and opposite dipoles can cancel each other. Note down, these are some of the important points, student. Something very important. You have noted down, students?
Noting down, sir.
Noted? For example, student, examples we are giving you. HCl has got a definite dipole moment. I'm showing HCl because this is more electronegative than this, student. This is more electronegative. There is a definite amount of dipole moment of HCl, students. HCl. If I take water, student, what happens in water? You know the shape of the water we have already discussed. There is a lone pair of electrons also in the water, students. So oxygen is more electronegative. Hydrogen is less electronegative. What will happen? Then you know. These are the vectors which I am showing. The resultant of these vectors will be like this. And there are lone pair of electrons, student. They are pointing towards the same direction. The result is that it has a resultant dipole moment. The resultant dipole moment, students. This value has been found experimentally. Water is a polar molecule. It has 1.85 d dipole moment. So what is the value of dipole moment of water? 1.85 d. And 1 d is how much? 3.356 10 minus 30 coulomb per meter. This is coulomb. This is meter. Note it down, students. Note it down. And if I write, student, NH3, what is happening in NH3, student? You know what is the shape of NH3? There is a lone pair of electrons, student, that is on this direction, this direction, this direction, and this. The resultant will be there in the case of NH3 also. So it has a definite value of dipole moment, NH3. Noted down, students. Noted.
Yes, sir.
Now certain molecules, for example, question was, student, CO2 has zero dipole moment. Explain. How will you explain? In the paper, question is given. How will you explain this, student? Can you tell me? How will you explain this? What is the shape of CO2, student? We have described in the last lecture the shape of CO2, linear. So there are equal and opposite dipoles cancel each other. You can see equal and opposite. These dipoles we are saying cancel, student, equal and opposite dipoles. Equal and opposite dipoles cancel. What I am saying, student, equal and opposite dipoles cancel each other. The net result is that the dipole moment of CO2 is 0. Clear? Is it
Yes, sir.
clear, students? And in
Yes, sir.
BF3, what happens? BF3, student, you can see there is a dipole in this direction and there are dipoles in this direction. The resultant of this is this. And the net resultant, the net resultant is 0 in the case of BF3. You know, BF3 is a triangular planar molecule. Bond angle is 120 degree. Therefore, students, the molecules can have a dipole moment 0 also. And this will change their physical melting points and boiling points, other properties, students, because there are properties which are dependent on this dipole moment, polarity of the molecules, students. Can I proceed further? Have you noted everything,
Yes,
students?
sir.
Huh? Noting or noted?
Noting, sir.
Okay, note down. Once you finish, you will let me know. Can I proceed further, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The questions are given, students. In many cases, question is that CHCl3 has a dipole moment, but CCl4 dipole moment is 0. But for CCl4, dipole moment is 0. This is polar, but this becomes non-polar, student. What is your answer? I will give you 1 minute to answer the question. Tell me fast, what is the answer?
The reason.
Yes, that question they will ask you in the paper, students. Such questions are likely to be asked in the paper. Very important question, student. You should be able to do them. What is the answer, students? Your time is running out. What is the shapes of these molecules? You have already drawn the shapes of the molecules in the previous lecture, student. They are tetrahedral. What is the shape? Tetrahedral. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
109.5 degree bond angle. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
What will happen then if I draw the shape? Student, how do you draw the shape of this? For example, if I draw the shape of Cl, students, then what you are drawing, student? How do you draw the shapes? You already know how I have drawn the shape, student. You are aware of that, student. You can see this bond is pointing towards the observer. This is going away from the observer. These are in the same plane, student. What is the bond angle? Tetrahedral bond angle. What is the bond angle? Fast. How much?
Tetrahedral bond angle is 109.
0.5 degree. So there is a Cl is more electronegative than carbon. Dipole moment this direction, dipole moment this direction, dipole moment this direction, dipole, and the net resultant will be net resultant because it is a vector quantity. The net resultant is 0, students. So the dipole moment is 0 in the case of the CCl4. This is my CCl4.
Okay.
So CCl4 is a symmetric molecule, student. It is symmetric, non-polar, because the dipoles cancel. But what will happen is CHCl3, students? CHCl3, student. How will you draw CHCl3? We have shown you. If I write this, these two are in the same plane, student. This is towards the observer, dark wedge, and the dot dashed wedge means that it is going away from the observer, student. Now in this case, this is hydrogen. This is pointing towards this. Carbon is more electronegative than hydrogen. Cl is more electronegative than carbon. Cl is more electronegative than carbon. So what will be there? So there will be a net overall dipole moment. There will be a net overall dipole moment, student. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Net dipole moment in this case. How do I write net dipole moment? Such questions will be there, student. There was a question. You have NH3 and NF3, which has larger dipole moment, and why? Which has larger, this question has been asked in the paper, student, which has larger dipole moment and why? Okay, what is your answer, student? What is your answer? You have 1 minute to answer the question. You will get 1 minute to answer the questions. So although individual bond is polar, but the overall molecule is CCl4. Because of the symmetry of the molecules, dipoles cancel each other. Dipoles cancel each other in the case of CCl4. ठीक है? The dipoles cancel each other. It is a symmetric molecule. Which will have a larger dipole moment in this case, students? You have a question. What is the shape of NH3?
NH3 is.
How did we draw the NH3, students? You have seen how did I draw? And there was a lone pair of electron. Lone pair of electron. This lone pair of electron is pointing toward this. This is pointing toward this. This is pointing toward this. This is pointing toward all. Then there will be a resultant net dipole moment. ठीक है? What happens in NF3? How do you draw NF3, students? This is my NF3. There is a lone pair of electron. Which is more electronegative, nitrogen or fluorine? Tell me, which is more electronegative?
Nitrogen.
Huh? Which is more electronegative, nitrogen or fluorine? Toluene has the largest electronegativity. We have told you in the Pauling scale 4.0. So this dipole is in this direction. This is in this direction. But lone pair of electron is there. This lone pair that is pointing opposite to this. Opposite to this. So what will happen? They are all in the same direction. This is opposite to it. Therefore, what will be the result of that? The net dipole moment of NF3 will be less than NH3.
NH3.
ठीक है? Because the lone pair is, or lone pair dipole is opposing the lone pair dipole is opposing the 3 NF dipoles. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Important question for the paper students. Such questions are given in the paper. Students. ठीक है? And some of the questions were like this, student. Which of the following molecules are polar and non-polar? ठीक है? The bond may be polar, but the overall molecule can become a non-polar, just like CCl4. So what they said? Question: you are given HCl, ठीक है? You are given ammonia. You are given sulfur dioxide. ठीक है? You are given PCl3. You are given, students, CO2. You are given C2H2. You are given BeCl2. ठीक है? You are given XeF4. You are given SF6. ठीक है? So you have to tell which are polar and non-polar. You are given PF5. Can you identify polar and non-polar in these? So if you know the shapes of them, then only you can do it. Well, tell me what will be the polar. HCl will be polar or non-polar? You have something like this. NH3, you have already seen. Lone pair. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
SO2, you know. What is the shape of SO2? And what is happening to the PCl3? Whether it will be, tell me, PCl3 students. What is the shape of PCl3? Phosphorus trichloride. So if you will know the shapes of the student, then you can tell whether these will be, if it is having this type of shape, student. If nitrogen, phosphorus are in the same family, so what will happen? This will have a dipole moment. And if I consider non-polar, what is happening here? They are cancelling. What is happening here? Equal and opposite cancelling. Tell me. Equal
Yes,
and
sir.
opposite cancel.
Yes, sir.
Equal and opposite. Equal and opposite dipoles cancel each other because it is a vector quantity, student. Vector quantity. Similarly, XCF4 student, XCF4, they will cancel. In this also there will be cancellation. Equal and opposite. 0. They are symmetric molecules, and SF6 also. Octahedral. What is happening? Equal and opposite dipoles cancel, student. Cancel. This is equal and opposite, equal and opposite, equal and opposite. 0, 0. And in PF5 also, this shape is like this, student. PF5. So what will happen? Net 0. This opposite to this. The resultant of these two is this, which is opposite to this, 0. So here they are non-polar and these are polar. Got it? Note down. Examples are important, student, for the question, for the paper. Can you do it? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Important question, student. Important question. I give you homework here. You can try, student. We are saying select the polar molecules. Polar molecules. Question is given, select the polar molecules. So you have to draw the diagrams and then you will find. You are given HBr, student, HCN, PH3, ठीक है, SCl2, CF4, N2, BCl3, C2Cl2, H2S, ठीक है. So you have to select CH2Cl2. You have to select which are the polar molecules out of these. Can you do it? ठीक है. Note down the homework. Note down the homework. Here is a question for the you homework, student. Homework. Work out the shapes of the following and predict their angles. We have done all this in the previous lecture, students. Tell me, did we do that?
Yes, sir.
We have drawn lone pair, bond pair repulsions, and then we have shown you. We have given lone pair and bond pair, students. On that basis, then we have shown you valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, student. By drawing the Levy structures, you can show and predict the shapes of these molecules. Okay, you can do it. This we have already done in the previous lecture, student. You will be able to do it. And here we are saying question, select the polar molecules, homework. Will be able to do it. Okay, next time we will see how much you have done. Note down, note down. If you know the shapes, then you can answer the question. If you do not know the shape, then you cannot answer the question, students. We know how to draw the shapes of these molecules. Now we are coming to giant covalent structures, student. What are giant covalent structures? You know that there are allotropes of carbon. Okay? What are allotropes? What are allotropes, students? Okay? Carbon, you are saying carbon has many allotropes. What are those? You are saying diamond, graphite, and there are many more which we'll be discussing. For example, fullerene, student, there are 60 carbons in that. Graphene, fluorine, these are all examples of this. Graphene, fluorines. What is the difference between them? They all contain carbon, but their structures are different, student. They are different forms, student, of carbon. Why they are different forms of carbon? They have different structures, student. Their structure is different. When the structures become different, but they contain the same element, which is that carbon. So they all contain only carbon, but the structure is different. They all contain, what they contain? They all contain carbon. but they have different structure. What we call them as allotropes. ठीक है? Is it clear? Is it clear what are allotropes, students? They have the same element, but exist in different forms because their structures are different. Their structures are different. You know, here we have shown the structure of diamond. You know, diamond is the hardest substance. What type of structure? It has a giant, it is a giant student covalent, giant covalent molecule. You can see it has a giant covalent structure. Giant covalent structure, student. And the whole structure continuing in 3 dimensions. ठीक है? There are no individual molecules. No individual molecules, I am saying. देखो, this is carbon. How many bonds carbon form? 4. Can you see 4 bonds?
Yes, sir.
Tetrahedral, tetrahedral. And further, each carbon will form 4 bonds. And then again, this carbon will also form 4 bonds. This will also form 4 bonds. Tetrahedral. This process will continue. This process will continue, students, everywhere. So the result will be a giant. What will be the result of this, as we have shown here? Covalent bonds, tetrahedron, carbon, all carbon atoms, all carbon atoms. No individual molecules, giant covalent molecule, student, giant covalent molecule. ठीक है? Each carbon is joined to 4 others. Each carbon is joined to 4 others in by a student tetrahedral array. What type of bonds? Covalent bonds. How many? Each carbon forms how many covalent bonds? 4 covalent bonds. Each carbon forms 4 covalent bonds, student. And this has a very high melting and boiling point. High melting and boiling point. Diamond is the hardest substance, what they call as, is very hard for the same reason, student, because of its structure. And diamond does not have any free electron. There is no free electron. All the electrons are used up in the covalent bond, student. So it do not conduct electricity. It do not conduct electricity, I am saying, students. Okay? All the electrons are held strongly by covalent bonds. So electrons are not free. No free electron. When there is a no free electron, student, what will happen? Then there will be no conduction of electricity, and not soluble in water or organic solvents. Not soluble in water or organic solvent. Note down these properties of diamond, student, or in organic solvents. Is inert. Okay? The energy required to break the covalent bond would not be paid back when the carbon atoms are solvated. So this is just the properties of the diamond, student. You cannot dissolve it in water or in any solvent because they cannot provide that much energy through hydration. Note down, note down. Noted? You have noted, students? Noted down, students?
Sir, I'm writing.
Write down everything. Noted, students?
Yes, sir.
Now we coming to allotrope of the carbon graphite, student. In graphite, what you find, student? It has a giant covalent structure. It also has giant covalent structure. ठीक है? But each carbon is forming three covalent bonds with the carbon. ठीक है? And you can see three and one electron is left, ठीक है, unused
Sure.
in each carbon. So it has a delocalized free electrons. ठीक है? And this arrangement is, what type of arrangement is this? Let me take it pointwise. Then this is a trigonal planar array. Trigonal planar array, student. And this has a sheet type of structure. Sheet type of structure, student. As you can see, these are the sheets. These sheets are held by weak van der Waals forces. The sheets are held by weak van der Waals forces. Since the forces are weak, so it can slip, student, one over the other. So that is why diamond graphite has lubricant properties. And you know, pencils are made from this. Pencils, you are rubbing, and the pencil keeps on rubbing, student, because there are layers. They will rub, one layer rubbed, second layer rubbed, third, and like this the pencil will continue and finish. So it is a good lubricant used in pencils, for example, and therefore, student, um, however, it has high melting boiling point because of the covalent bonds. Has high melting point, but less than diamond, due to covalent bond. Wherever there will be covalent bond, student, the melting point will go high because more energy is required to break these covalent bonds. Okay? This is very important, where we said diamond is the hardest naturally occurring substance. Diamond is the hardest naturally occurring substance, I'm saying. Okay? And
Yes, sir.
it has thermal conductivity of any substance, occurring substance. So highest thermal conductivity, it also has highest thermal conductivity of any substance, diamond, more than 5 times that of copper. So diamond is then used for drilling the rocks. For drilling the rocks also diamonds are used. Whenever solids have got some network solids, they will be very hard. They will be very hard, student. So the important point is that then graphite has got free electrons, student. Therefore, it can act as a conductor also. Graphite electrodes are very commonly used, student. What are used? Graphite electrodes are commonly used. You are aware of that. So, and graphite is not soluble in water or non-polar solvent. Graphite is not soluble in water because you don't have energy. When you will dissolve in water, hydration energy has to be released. It doesn't have that much. Or non-polar solvents. It will not dissolve in non-polar as well as in water. Important properties: graphite conducts electricity. Graphite conducts electricity, student. That is important point. Because there are free mobile electrons which are present. Okay? One electron, there is a delocalized pi system of electrons over it. So movement of electron within the system, it has a delocalized pi, okay, pi electrons, which are responsible for the conduction of this. Therefore, student, you have seen two important forms of that. Note down before I proceed further. Important properties. Important property, students. Noted.
Yes, sir.
Then I will proceed further, students. Few more allotropes of the carbon. What is this graphene, student? I just talked about graphite. Okay, graphite has many layers of the structures. So it is a new form of carbon. It consists of single layer of graphite. It consists of single layer of graphite, student. Graphite has many layers. You have seen that. Okay, single layer of graphite. Single layer of graphite. Okay, then it will be very thin. So only small pieces have been formed, but it has important properties and can be used as a future new material, student. It has high tensile strength. Properties are very important because they are in great use. Okay, and would be expected to be of very high melting points. High melting point because of covalent bonds. What type of bonds are there? Covalent bonds. Single layer of graphite. Okay, because of the covalent bonds, student. It is a very good electrical and thermal conductor. Good electrical and thermal conductor. Noted. Important, student. Note down everything. Note down everything. Very, very important. The most important question is coming on nowadays. C60. This is our C60. Fullerene is another important allotrope of the carbon, student. And you can see there are 60 carbons in this bond. How many? 60 carbons. This is a this is molecular. This is molecular, not giant structure. It is not a giant, okay, structure. But the molecule has got how many carbons, student? It consists of individual. There are individual C60 molecule. मतलब one molecule has how many carbons? 60 carbons, student. With covalent bonds. With covalent bonds. Very important, very interesting. With covalent bonds. One molecule has got how many carbons? 60 carbons, student. ठीक है? Within the molecule. Within the molecule. ठीक है? There are 60 carbon individual C60 molecule with 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 covalent bonds. ठीक है? With covalent bonds within the molecule. Within the molecule, what type of bonds? Covalent bonds. ठीक है? London student, dispersion forces. What are those forces? Van der Waals forces. Weak van der Waals forces. Weak van der Waals forces. Where? Between the molecules. Between the molecules. Note down very important point, students. This is an individual molecule. And there are covalent bonds between 60 carbons. How many carbons? This is an individual molecule. Can you see the individual molecule? How many
Yes, sir.
carbons? 60.
6.
60 carbon. What type of bonds? Covalent bonds. Covalent bonds. But these molecules themselves are held by weak London forces. These are London forces. You know, in van der Waals, we have discussed London forces, student. They are very weak. Very, very weak. Important, very important point, student, the structure. This is, students, insoluble in water, but it is soluble. It is soluble in some organic solvents. Soluble in organic solvents like benzene. Benzene is a liquid, benzene. ठीक है? The energy to overcome London forces between 60 is paid back by the energy released when London forces are formed between the C60 molecules. And so when you will dissolve this in benzene, it will provide energy, student, equal to these London's forces. Greater than this, so it will dissolve. And C60 does not conduct electricity. It does not conduct electricity, students. There are no free electrons. Although each carbon forms three bonds, does not conduct electricity. Although each carbon forms three covalent bonds. ठीक है? Each carbon forms three covalent bonds. Forms three bonds in the C60. C60. ठीक है? There and so there is a localization of electron over the molecule. The molecular structure means electrons are not able to move from one molecule to the next. ठीक है? There are free electrons, student. There are free electrons, but there are free electrons, ठीक है, in the C60 molecule, but are not able to move. But are not able to move. Student, these free electrons are not able to move. Not able to move from one molecule to another molecule. To another molecule. Very important point, student. One molecule to another molecule. Therefore, this does not conduct electricity. This is very important, student. They will ask you question on this. They will ask you question on this, student. So diamond and graphite are giant structure, but fluorine is molecular structure. The melting point of diamond and graphite are substantially higher than fluorine. ठीक है? Because covalent bond must be broken in diamond and graphite are melted. But only intermolecular forces must overcome when fluorine melts. Important question, student. Important question. This is an important question, student, here. Why melting point and boiling point of diamond and graphite ठीक है? Why the melting and diamond are much higher than fluorine? What is your answer, student? What answer you are giving? Important question. What answer you are giving?
Nature.
Important question. Why melting point, boiling point of diamond and graphite much higher than fluorine? What is the answer, student? What is our answer, students? What answer we are giving? देखो, if you want to melt fluorine, ठीक है, what is important? The intermolecular forces are weak London forces. As these are the molecules, the forces between these are what forces? What are the forces between these? Weak London's forces. ठीक है? These are London's force. London forces are weak. But in diamond and graphite, what will happen? But in diamond and graphite, if you want to melt, what will have you have to do, student? You have to break the covalent bonds to melt. You have to break the covalent bonds. So which will require more energy? Tell me. This or this? Which will require more energy? Tell me.
Uh,
This is weak. This is strong. So the melting and boiling point of diamond and graphite will be much, much higher than fluorine, student. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
You have noted down. Very, very important question for the paper. Very important question for the paper. Students, note down. Note down whatever, every word I speak, every word I write, student, can be a question in the paper. You must note down. Note down. This is a very, very important question. So the important point to note down, student, what we told you about the polarity, dipole moment, and allotropes of carbon. Fluorine is a very important question. And diamond and graphite, the differences you see between the melting points are very, very important. And such questions are likely to be asked in your paper. Note down. I hope you have noted down everything. You have noted down?
Noting, sir.
Note down, student. Note down everything. Very important questions are coming in the paper. Okay, then, students, my best wishes and good night. Then I will meet you in my next class. Keep on making your notes properly, students. Pay attention to each and every line, each and every word I write, because these are going to be questions, students, in the different type of exams you will appear. Our purpose is to decode each and every line of the book. Our purpose is to make sure that you learn chemistry, student. Chemistry is a science subject. It be learned as a science. We're not forcing you to cram the things or mug the things. That is not my objective. Okay, then good night and bye bye. I'll see you in my next class.
Okay, sir. Bye bye.
Okay, good night.